Hey friends, Kat here at FreeBody, and we're going to talk today about stress and pain and the relationship of the two. So the number one job of your brain is to keep you alive. Your brain's like, keep the human alive. That's it, the number one job, right? And then it's monitoring all these other things to make sure that that happens. So when your brain perceives a threat, something that's threatening you and your well-being, it's going to trigger a stress response in your body. And we've all heard of the chemistry, cortisol and adrenaline, those pump up, and a lot of systemic changes happen in your body. But I want to talk specifically about muscle and fascia and how those systems are affected by stress and pain, and then how pain affects stress and anxiety. So when our brain perceives a threat, it goes into protection mode, right? Stress response goes into the stress response. And when that happens, on the muscular level, all of the muscles that curl you in your body, they're called the flexors, they get triggered to contract, right? So you might find when you're stressed out that your hands ball into fists, right? That's why it's fight or flight. Your hip flexors are going to curl you up to curl you into a ball to protect, or to curl you to get ready to kick somebody's butt. I'll say butt. So the curling muscles get activated. And here's the thing, if you have had ever trigger points, focal points of tension that can cause pain and limitation in the muscles, those are the first parts of those muscles that are going to contract, because your brain's kind of going to go the path of least resistance to get that contraction going. It's going to activate your trigger points. What you'll notice is that in times of stress, if you have had before a low back injury or low back pain or carpal tunnel types of symptoms, those symptoms may come back when you're in a stress response or in a stressful period of time, because those trigger points have been reactivated. Now, there's also this layer of fascia, our connective tissue web that's through our whole bodies, and it would take a long time to explain really clearly what fascia is. And the fact is, even anatomists don't all agree on how to specifically define fascia. But we'll say the connective tissue web that guides, supports, and separates all your other systems, and which also is responsible for mechanical load transfer through your muscles. Now, your fascial web also can contract. And that's somewhat newer science, kind of a newer understanding of how the body works, that the fascia can contract. And here's the thing. Robert Schleip, real kind of the kind of world's leading fascia researcher, has said that by far the most nerve endings in the fascia, in your connective tissue, is sympathetic nervous system endings, sympathetic nerve endings, which means the sympathetic activation is the stress response. So those sympathetic nerve endings are filling everywhere in your body, which is why we can feel fear and worry and stress throughout our entire bodies. Isn't that amazing? Our fascial web, everywhere in our bodies, we are innervated with sympathetic nerve endings. Every part of your body gets on board to get you to safety. So your muscles are contracting, your old trigger points flare up, your fascia is like contracting and at the ready to help protect you. Now, all of those things can lead to pain. Pain is protection in the body. So your brain goes into protect mode. At the very first rush of stress chemistry, you feel a decrease in pain. And then once that chemistry goes through, because your brain's like, okay, shut that pain down, we got to get out of here, right? But then when we get stuck in a chronic stress response over time, that initial rush of chemistry isn't happening anymore, and we're stuck at a kind of a lower level of contraction throughout the body, our pain increases. So again, you might find during stressful times, stressful periods, your old injuries come up, your back might ache a lot, and maybe your knee hurts, your headaches come back, and then that's stressful, right? You're feeling your back aches, you're like, oh my God, I haven't felt that in 10 years, or oh, why does my back keep aching? Your back's aching. Now you're feeling worry and maybe some fear about the backache. Like, is there something really wrong in there? Or is there some major damage? Or, oh my gosh, do I have a tumor on my spine? Like, we go into some crazy thoughts in our brains when we go into pain, because pain is terrible. It feels terrible. Nobody likes to be in pain. And then that worry and fear about the pain signals you into a longer standing stress response, which perpetuates the pain that you're feeling. So there's even studies being done on the effects of chronic pain and the anxiety related to the pain, and then the pain related to the anxiety. They go hand in hand. Most people with chronic pain or recurring and persistent pain experience varying levels of anxiety and depression. And that anxiety and depression feeds the pain. It's a vicious cycle. It's a negative feedback loop. So what I want to share with you is that one of the most powerful ways to reduce pain by reducing stress in your system is long, slow, deep breathing. And when I was researching for the FreeBody book, which is coming out in the fall, by the way, publishing in the fall, and there's a link, you could pre-order your copy. What I discovered in researching for the book is that long, slow, deep breathing is actually more effective at reducing pain than opiate painkillers. It actually activates our endogenous opiate receptors, so our own chemistry that attaches into those opiate receptors to shut down pain. Long, slow, deep breathing is more effective than many pain medications out there. It's so simple. You can do it anywhere, anytime. It's absolutely free. Long, slow, deep breaths significantly reduce the stress response, the protection mode, and significantly reduce pain in your body. So that is one of the practices that I'm also going to be sharing in a series I'm teaching in April, Monday nights in April, live stream from right here at the clinic in Asheville, 4-week Releasing Stress and Anxiety. And I'm kind of really into, as you might have noticed from the things that I post, that I'm really into also pulling you out of pain. So we're going to talk about pain and stress and how they relate to each other, and then very specific proven techniques that you can do very quickly and easily to get yourself out of pain, get yourself out of the stress response, build resilience, and feel better, feel well in your body. So I hope you'll join me for that. I hope you'll check out the FreeBody book, because it's chock full of really helpful information about how your body works, how your brain works, how it all works together to get dysfunctional, but then how it all can work together so that you can feel great no matter what you have going on in your life, no matter what age you are, things that you can do to take care of yourself well. So I'm Kat Matlock. I trust you found this video and this information to be helpful. I look forward to seeing you next time.